120 kilometers per hour. Now, we're going to work out how fast the aircraft goes. I don't know the top of my head, but we're going to do a calculation to find it out.
How did I find myself in a small Zambian village with no electricity and no running water, giving a lecture on aeronautics, one of the most high-tech disciplines that exist? We were invited to visit this small Zambian village by this lady here, Momo, a Japanese nurse who was volunteering here at the local health clinic for the last year.
Yeah, we said it's always the locals. Really? Yes. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome.
The village was actually made up of small groups of houses, mud huts mainly, interspersed between farmland that stretched on for miles. We received such an amazing welcome into the village, normally revolving around song and dance. And each evening, Momo's larger-than-life neighbour, Mrs. Gabushka, came to dance the night away. With such politeness and friendliness that the whole village showed us, we decided that we must do something to give something back. After touring the health clinic where Momo and Mrs. Gabushka worked, we asked them if there was anything that we could do to help them out. We helped out with some of the menial administration and also at the HIV clinic where young mothers were being tested. But most of our time was spent in this small and dusty room filled with books that served as patient record cards. A long queue of illiterate patients would wait patiently as we searched frantically for their exercise books, which they needed before they could see the health professionals. I also spent some time in the dispensary room, counting out paracetamol and putting them into small plastic packets. The pharmacy room is actually a really interesting place. Often there is nothing to prescribe these patients that come in, but they expect something and they're given something, normally just paracetamol. If they don't receive anything from the clinic, then they will stop coming here and instead turn their attention to the local witch doctors, which the clinic is trying to prevent. And so by providing a low dosage of paracetamol, they're managing to give the patients hope and get them to keep coming in. And so hopefully when they have more serious issues, more serious symptoms, then they can treat them.
Good night. Come.
But all of this help that we were giving was unskilled. Surely there was something more that I could do. And so, whilst visiting the local school where we handed out new exercise books to the youngest and poorest children, that I offered to take the eldest math class. I offered them a lesson in aeronautics. It's a topic that I'm an expert in, and something that they may never ever get to learn about again.
Well, we can put passengers inside. Exactly.
I taught them about how aircraft fly and what each part of the aeroplane does.
Does anyone know the answer to this?
They asked and answered themselves quite important questions, such as, why can't we open the windows?
Yes, exactly.
But as it was a math class, we spent most of the time doing a practical example about finding out how fast an aircraft flies.
How fast do the cars go?
We started off with determining what speed is, and especially in reference to things they are familiar with, such as how fast a bicycle can travel. And then we moved on to finding out how fast a car can travel, as there is a road nearby. And finally, we moved on to finding out how fast an aircraft travels in relation to the speed of sound.
Yes, 90% of the speed of sound. I need someone, a very intelligent person, to work this final calculation out for me. Can someone work out 90% of the speed of sound?
0 times 0. 0. And 0 times 3. 0. 6 times 0. 0. 6 times
I was impressed by their ability to transform their mathematical theory into solving practical problems such as the ones that I'd given them. And I think they too were impressed with their ability to apply their mathematical skills. And who knows, maybe this small lecture has inspired something bigger.
Which one's the fastest? Can everyone see the difference? On your bicycle, you're traveling at 14 kilometers per hour. In your car, in your fastest car, and the person they see zooming along on this road here as fast as they can with the nice car, flashy car, very nice, yes. They're going at 120 kilometers per hour. And in the aircraft you see in the sky, they're just going. They're traveling at 972 kilometers per hour. That's 8 times faster than this car.
Jesu